Stuti Satakam 61 to 70. Chandrapidam Chaturamadhanam Chanchalapangalilam Kundasmedam Kuchabharanatam Kuntaloddutabringam Mahararater Madanashikhinam Mamsalam Deepayantim Kamakshim Tam Kavikulagiram Kalpavallim Upase.
Chandra Pidam. Chandra Apida. Apida is either a crown or the decoration on the crown, like a flower. So Chandra is the ornament on the crown of Devi. Chandra Apidam. Now, if you have listened to my lectures on Rajatarangini, Kashmiri king's history, there you will find some kings who have this Pida as their title. Chandra Pida is there. In fact, one of the kings is Chandra Pida, another was Jaya Pida, and so on. Chatura Vadanam, charming face, having a charming face. Chanchala Apanga Leela. Chanchala is moving here and there. The sport of the sidelong glance, which is moving here and there. Kundasmeram, like a jasmine flower. Her gentle smile is like a jasmine flower, shining like a jasmine flower. And Kuchabhara Natam, because of the full bosom, she is stooping in front. Kuntalodhuta Bhringam. Kuntala is the hair on the head. Uddhuta means thrown away, defeated. Bhringa is bees. Bees are thrown away, bees are defeated by the dark hair. Mararater Madana Shikhinam Mamsalam Deepayanti. Mararati is Shiva, the enemy of Manmatha. Madana, his Shiva's Manmatha Agni, Kama Agni, Madana Shikhini. Shikhina is, Shikhi is Agni. Shikhinam is, Madana Shikhinam is Kama Agni. Shiva's Kama Agni. Mamsalam Deepayanti, that Agni is being lighted up. That Agni is being given more force. Mamsalam, more force, lighting strongly. That Agni is being lighted up strongly by Devi. Kamakshim Tam Kavikula Giram Kalpavalli. Kalpavalli. Kamakshi is Kalpavalli. Actually, Kalpalatika, the Kalpa creeper, Kalpalata. Kavikula Giram. For whom she is Kalpavalli? She is Kalpavalli for the words, Gira means words, of the group of poets. The poetry of poets is blessed by Devi, so she is Kalpavalli. Kalpavalli Upase. I worship Kamakshi, who is Kalpalata, Kalpavalli, for the poems of poets, and she has Chandra as an ornament on her head, and she has a charming face, and her sidelong glance is Chanchala, is moving, and it is sporting, and she has a gentle smile of jasmine flower, and she stoops in front because of the heavy bosom, and she throws away bees by the shining dark hair on the head, and she lights up very strongly the Kama Agni of Shiva, enemy of Manmatha. Though he is enemy of Manmatha, though he is burnt to Manmatha, on seeing Devi, his Kama Agni is lighted up strongly, and she is Kalpavalli of the poets, words, poems.
Kahalambodha Prakara Sushamam Kanti Vistarjayanti Kalyananam Udaya Saranihi Kalpavalli Kavinam Kandarparehe Priyasagachari Kalmashanam Nigantri Kanchi Desham Tilakayati Sa Kapi Karunyasima.
Kalambhoda Prakara Sushamam. Kalambhoda is black cloud. Ambhoda is cloud. Fresh rainwater bearing cloud is Kala Ambhoda. Prakara means big, huge mass, masses of clouds. Large masses of clouds. Sushama, their shine. That shine of large masses of clouds is being Sarjayanti, is being reviled. Sarjana is reviling, shouting down. Sarjayanti is threatening. It is threatened by Devi. How? Kanti bhihi, by the radiances of her own form. By the radiances of her own form, she is threatening, she is reviling the shine of the masses of rain-bearing clouds. Kalyananam Udaya Saranihi. Kalyananam, of all auspicious things, whatever is there auspiciousness on earth, all those auspiciousness, Udaya, rise, the dawn of that auspiciousness, Sarani, she is the path. Without her blessing, no Kalyana can take place, no auspiciousness can arise. So, all rise of all auspiciousness, she is the path. Kalpavalli Kavinam, this we saw just now. She is the Kalpalata of the poets. Kandarparehe Priyasahachari. Not, is it correct? Yeah, it is correct. Okay. Kandarparehe Priyasahachari. Kandarpari is the enemy of Manmatha, that is Shiva. She is the loving associate of Shiva. Kalmashanam Nihantri, destroyer of all sins, all doshas, all deficiencies, all sins, all difficulties, everything comes under Kalmasha. Kanchi Desham Tilakayati, she is like a Tilaka for the Kanchi area. Ka Kapi, we cannot describe her, so we don't know who she is. Karunya Seema, we only know that she is the ultimate of compassion. We only know that she is the ultimate of compassion. We cannot say anything more about her. She is the Tilaka, the mark on the forehead of Kanchi area, and she reviles the radiance of fresh rainwater bearing clouds by her own radiances, and she is the path of rise of all auspiciousness on earth, and she is Kalpalatika for the poets. She is the loving associate of Shiva, enemy of Manmatha. She is the destroyer of all sins and all doshas.
Hori kurvan urasijatate chaturim bhudharanam pahato janam nayana yugale paripantyam vitanvam kampatire viharati rucha moghayan meghashailim kohokadvesham shirashikalayan Kopi Vidya Viseshaha.
Uri Kurvan Urasija Tate Chaturi Bhudharanam. Urasija Tate, in the area of the chest, in the area of the chest, Bhudharanam Chaturim. Bhudhara is mountains. The cleverness of the mountains, Uri Kurvan, she establishes the cleverness of the mountains in her chest area. Her two breasts are like mountains. Pathojanam Nayana Yugale, Paripantyam Vitanvan, not Paripantyam, Paripantyam Vitanvan. Pathojanam Nayana Yugale, Nayana Yugale in her twin eyes, Pathojanam of lotuses, Pathoja is lotus, of lotuses, Paripantyam, enmity, Paripanthi is enemy. Paripantyam, enmity, Vitanvan, showing enmity with lotuses through her twin eyes. Kampatire viharati, she is moving about, she is sporting on the banks of Kampa river. Rucha moghayan megha shaili. Megha is cloud. Shaili is the way the clouds show their shine, the way the clouds show their shine in different forms. Sometimes it is very dark, sometimes it is differently dark, sometimes it is having a particular type of shine, sometimes it is having a different type of shine. That is Shaili. So Megha Shaili, the type of shine shown by clouds, that is Moghayanna. Moghayanna means making it useless, Vyartha. Moghayanna means making it Vyartha, making it fruitless. Making it fruitless by her own shine, Rucha, by her own shine. She is making the shine of the clouds useless. Kokadvesham Shirasi Kalayanna. Now she is having Shirasi on her head, Kalayanna keeping on her head. What she is keeping on her head? Moon she is keeping. So now for moon he is giving a totally different description, which he has not given so far. Kokadvesham. Moon is the enemy of Koka. Koka means Chakravaka birds. Koka is Chakravaka bird. Chakravaka bird hate moon. Why? Because Chakravaka bird remain single in night when moon is there, and they move about in pairs during the daytime. This is their habit. Chakravaka birds have got a habit of moving about in pairs during daytime and remaining single during the night time. So they hate moon. So that moon, which is the object of hate of Chakravaka bird, she is keeping on her head. Kopi Vidya Visheshaha. She is some special Vidya, special knowledge. Obviously, she is the only knowledge worth cultivating. So she is Kopi Vidya Visheshaha. So that kind of special knowledge taken in the form of Devi establishes the cleverness of the mountains in her chest area in the form of two breasts, and she is establishing, she is showing the enmity with lotuses through her twin eyes, and she is moving about, sporting on the banks of river Kampa, and she is, through her shine, she is making the shine of clouds useless, fruitless, and she is having on her head the object of hate of Chakravaka birds, that is the moon, and she is special kind of knowledge.
Kanchi Leela Parichayavati Kapita Pincha Lakshmi Jadyaranye Hutavaga Shikha Jalma Bhumi Kripaya Mahakandashir Madhura Kavita Chaturi Kokilana Marge Bhuyan Mama Nayanayoho Manmati Kapi Vidya.
Kanchi Leela Parichayavati. She is used to sporting in the area of Kanchi. Parichayavati, habituated to. Kapi, someone. Kapiksha Lakshmi, she is having the glory of Tamala flower. Kapiksha Lakshmi, shine of the Tamala flower. Jadyaranye Hutavaha Shikha. Jadya Aranye, for the forest of inertia, for the forest of ignorance, she is Hutavaha Shikha. Shikha is Agni, we saw just now. Shikha is the flame. Hutavaha is Agni. She is the flame of Agni in the forest of ignorance. Hutavaha means one who carries what is offered in the Agni. We have seen before. That is the Agni's name, Hutavaha. One who carries whatever is offered as offering. That is, Huta is whatever is offered as offering, whether it is to Devas or whether it is to Pitrus. He takes and hands it over to them. So he is called Hutavaha. Shikha is the flame, Agni Shikha, the flame of Agni. Janmabhumihi Kripayaha. She is the Janmabhumi, the place of birth of compassion. All compassion, whatever you see in the world, is generated by her. If someone is compassionate to us, that means Devi has blessed him to be compassionate to us. Makanda Shrihi Madhura Kavita Chaturi Kokilanam. Kokilanam, for Kokila, for cuckoos, Chaturi, Kavita Chaturi. Makanda Shrihi Madhura Kavita Chaturi. Chaturi is cleverness. Madhura Kavita, sweet poetry. For cuckoos, the cleverness of sweet poetry is given by Devi. How she is giving? Makanda Shrihi, like the mango tree of the spring season. Makanda Shri is the mango tree, glory of the mango tree, which means the spring season, because spring season is the one which motivates the cuckoos to sing beautifully. So Devi is likened to spring season, and spring season is indicated by the glory of, by the speciality of mango. mango tree. Makanda Shrihi, Madhura Kavita Chaturi Kokilanam, Marge Bhujan Mama Nayanayoho, Manmathi Kapi Vidya, Kapi Manmathi Vidya, some Manmatha Vidya, some Kama Vidya, because Devi has been described as Kama Kala, we have seen before. So some Kama Vidya, she is described as some Kama Vidya, some Manmatha Vidya. Mama Nayanayoho Marge Bhuyat. Mama Nayanayoho, for my eyes, Marge, in the path of my eyes, Bhuyat, let her come. Let her come in the path of my eyes. We have seen this expression before also. Nayana Patha. So some indescribable Kama Vidya, Kama Kala, let that come in front of my eyes, in the path of my eyes. And she is habituated to sporting in Kanchi area, and she is having the shine of Kamala flower. She is like the flame of Agni, fire, in the forest of ignorance, forest of inertia. She is the very place of birth of all compassion, and she is the mango tree indicating the spring season for the cleverness of the sweet poetry of cuckoos, kokilas.
सेतुर्मातः मरकतमयः भक्तिभाजां भवाब्धौ लीलालोला कुवलयमयी मान्मथी वैजयन्ती काञ्चीभूषा पशुपतिदृशा कापि कालाञ्जनानी मत्कं दुःखं शिथिलयतु ते मञ्जुळापाङ्गमाला
Te Manjula Apangamala. Your Manjula, very sweet, Apangamala. The continuous sidelong glance like a mala. The continuous sidelong glance like a garland, which is very sweet. Let that Matkam Dukkham Shithilayatu, let it destroy my sorrow. Shithilayatu, let it destroy my sorrow. Now that Apangamala is described, that sidelong glance is described. Setuhu Mataha Marakata Mayo Bhakti Bhajam Bhavabdhau. Mataha is an address. Marakata Mayaha Setuhu Bhakti Bhajam Bhavabdhau. We will start with Bhakti Bhajam. Bhakti Bhajam, those who have devotion, bhaktas, those who are devotees, in their bhavabdhau, in their ocean of samsara, bhava abdhau, in the ocean of samsara, for the ocean of samsara of devotees, Devi is Marakatamayaha Setuhu. Setu is a bridge. Marakatamayaha, emerald, full of emerald, Marakatamayaha, full of emerald. This bridge is full of emerald because Devi is like emerald, her form is like emerald. So she is actually the bridge for the ocean of samsara of devotees. Leela Lola, she is ever sporting. Her sports are endless because the entire universe is her sport. So Leela Lola, engaged in sporting. Kuvalaya Mayi, like a blue water lily. Kuvalaya is like a blue water lily. Her form looks like a blue water lily. Manmathi Vaijayanti, Manmathi of Manmatha, Vaijayanti means banner of victory. Vaijayanti is connected with Vijaya. Vaijayanti is banner of victory. Banner of victory of Manmatha. Because if Manmatha is victorious, it is entirely due to the grace of Devi. This we have seen many times. So she is the banner of victory of Manmatha. Vishnu is wearing Vaijayanti Mala, that is also victory only, because he is always victorious, so he is having a special Mala. Kanchi Bhusha, Pashupati Drisham, Kapi Kalanjanali. Kanchi Bhusha, she is the very ornament of Kanchi area. Pashupati Drisham, for the eyes of Shiva, who is Pashupati, the Lord of all Pashus, Lord of all living beings. Kapi, someone whom I cannot describe. Kala Anjanali. Kala Anjana Ali. Ali means a row. Anjana is the collyrium, the one which is put on the eyes, the black collyrium. Kala, black. Kala Anjana, black collyrium. Ali, that is a row. That means a continuous application of black collyrium for the eyes of Shiva. That means because Devi is appearing in her black, dark form now, she is described as not her eyes, Panjula, Apangamala, her eyes only are described, but in fact her whole form is dark. So her eyes are specially dark with a special shine. So it is looking like Kala Anjana Ali for Shiva. So let this Apangamala destroy my sorrows. And this Apangamala is emerald bridge for the ocean of samsara for devotees. She is sporting always, engaged in sport always, and she is of the form of blue water lily, and she is having she is actually the banner of victory of Manmatha. She is the ornament of Kanchi, and she is the continuous application of the black collyrium for the eyes of Shiva. Let this Apangamala, let this mala, let this garland of you sweet sidelong glances destroy my sorrow.
व्यावृण्वानाः कुवलयदल प्रक्रिया वैरमुद्रा व्याकुर्वाण मनसि जमः राजसाम्राज्यलक्ष्मी काञ्चीलीला विहृतिरसिके काङ्क्षितं न क्रियासु मन्दच्छेदे तव नियमिनां बद्धदीक्षा कटाक्षः
Tava Katakshaha, your sidelong glances, again we are describing sidelong glance only. Bandhachede Baddhadikshaha. Bandhachede, in removing, in breaking the bonds of bondage of Niyaminam, those who are disciplined, those who are disciplined devotees, in breaking their bonds of samsara, her sidelong glances are Baddha Diksha. They have taken a vow. Diksha is vow. Baddha means fulfilling that vow. She is her sidelong glances or fulfilling her vow of breaking the bonds of disciplined people, disciplined devotees. Diksha, as you know, is something which is used in yaga Diksha. One who wears Diksha Sutra and then he takes the Diksha and then he decides to perform the yaga. He makes all arrangements with the help of the king and with the help of the other devotees, and then he goes through the yaga. And whatever happens, the yaga will not stop. According to the Dharma Shastra, if the performer of yaga loses his own father or mother, even then yaga will not stop. He will not get ashaucha during that period. Only after the yaga is completed, ashaucha will come to him. So that is the diksha. That kind of diksha, this kataksha is having in removing the bonds. Vyavranvanaha kuvalayadala prakriya vairamudram. Kuvalayadala, the blue water lily, which is full blown, kuvalayadala prakriya. The process of their shine, with that process of shine of water lily, Vairamudram, showing her enmity. Vairamudram, showing her enmity. Vyavranvanaha, expressing enmity, the stamp of enmity, expressing her stamp of enmity. That means it is always inimical. It is not as if it was inimical yesterday, it may not be inimical tomorrow, not like that. Always, though, that is a stamp of enmity, showing her stamp of enmity to the process of shine of the water lilies. Vyakurvana Manasija Maharaja Samrajya Lakshmi. Manasija is Manmatha. Maharaja Samrajya Lakshmi. Now, this Manmatha is like a Maharaja and he is having an empire. Now, the glory of the empire of the emperor Manmatha, she is the one who is expanding it. Vyakurvana, expounding, giving expression to, expounding the glory of the empire of the emperor who is Manmatha. Kanchi Leela Vihirti Rathike. You enjoy sporting in the area of Kanchi. Kangshitam na kriyasuhu. That is the prayer. these katakshaha, these sidelong glances, naha for us, kankshitam, whatever we desire, all our desires, kriyasuhu, let them be fulfilled. That is the prayer. So the sidelong glances, may those sidelong glances fulfill our prayers. They have taken a vow to break the bonds of those who are disciplined devotees, and the sidelong glances bear a stamp of enmity, show the stamp of enmity with the shine of water lilies, blue water lilies, and the sidelong glances expound, give expression to the glory of the empire of the emperor who is Manmadha, and sidelong glances enjoy sporting in the area of Kanchi, and may they fulfill my desires, our desires. Naha is plural, our desires. So he is including us also in his prayer.
कालाम्बोदे शशिरुचिदलं कैतकं दर्शयन्ती मध्ये सौदामिनि मधुलिहां मालिकां राजयन्ती हंसारावं विकचकमले मञ्जुमुल्लासयन्ती कम्पतीरे विलसति नवा कापि कारुण्यलक्ष्मीः.
Kampatire Vilasati, she is shining on the banks of river Kampa. Kapi, some unknown. Nava, she is ever new, always fresh, always new. Karunya Lakshmi, she is the very glory of compassion. And how is this Karunya Lakshmi? Kalambhode Sasiruchi Dalam Kaitakam Darshayanti. This is a very special description, because he is leaving a lot of things to imagination. He is indicating. By indicating, he is expressing beauty. Now he says, Kalambhode, in the black cloud, Shachi Ruchi, in the shine of the moon, Kaitakam Dalam, the Ketaki petal, Darshayanti, showing the Ketaki petal, Tadambu it is called in Tamil, Kaitaka, Ketaki. Showing the Ketaki petal of the shining moon in the black cloud. What does he mean? He means black cloud means black hair. In the black hair, which is like a black cloud, there is a moon. That moon is like a Ketaki petal. Like a Ketaki petal, she is having the moon. Sachiruchidalam Kaitakam Darshayanti. Now, one by one, he is bringing lot of flowers. Madhye Saudamini Madhuliham Malikam Rajayanti. Madhye Saudamini. Madhye means in the middle area, in her waist area, which is like lightning. Saudamini means lightning. Her middle area is like lightning. It is shining. You can't see continuously because of the shine coming from the middle area. Madhye Saudamini, when she moves about, it is like lightning moving about. Madhuliham Malikam Rajayanti, garland of blue-black bees. Madhuliha is bees. Malika, garland of bees which are blue-black. Rajayanti, shining, making blue-black bees shine in the lightning area of the waist. What does it mean? It is the reference to the plait of hair. The plait of hair is hanging in the middle portion of the waist. It looks like Madhuliha. It looks like group of bees. Hamsaravam Vikacha Kamale Manjum Ullasayanti. Hamsaravam, the Hamsa Aravam, the sound of Hamsas, the sound of swans. In the sound of swans, Vikacha Kamale, in the fully blossomed, fully bloomed lotus, Manjum Ullasayanti. She is enjoying, she is raising and enjoying the sweet sound of swans in the lotus flower. What does it mean? Bloomed lotus is the feet. Hamsa is the Hamsaka, that is the anklet. Hamsaka is anklet. The anklet is making sounds. It is like the sounds of the swans in the lotus, which is the lotus feet. Manjum Ullasayanti. So this kind of glory of compassion, some unknown glory of compassion, is playing about on the banks of river Kampa. And this glory is showing the moonlight, the shine of the moon in the black cloud that is like a ketaki petal against the black hair. And in the middle area, with the waist area, which is like lightning, she is having a shining rows of black beads, garland of black beads. That is the hanging plait of hair. And in the lotus feet, Vikata Kamale, in the bloomed lotus, which are the feet, she is raising the sound of the sweet manjum hamsaram, some sweet sound of swans, which is sweet sound of anklets, ullasayanti, shining, making delightful sound. That is the Karunya Lakshmi.
चित्रं चित्रं निजमृदुतया भर्त्सयन् पल्लवाली पुंसां कामान् भुवि च नियतं पूरयन् पुण्यभाजा जातः शैलान्नतु जलनिधेः स्वैरसञ्चारशीलः काञ्चीभूषा कलयतु शिवं कोऽपि चिन्तामणिर्मे.
Now, Devi is described as Chintamani. Kanchi Bhusha, she is the ornament of the area of Kanchi. Shivam Kalayatu, Kopi Chintamani. Kopi Chintamani, some unknown Chintamani. Chintamani, as you know, is a wish-giving stone in Devaloka. So that Chintamani, may Shivam Kalayatu, let it bring me auspiciousness. Let this Chintamani bring me auspiciousness. Now the Chintamani is being described. You will find Chintamani's description is different from what you think of normal Chintamani. That is the beauty. That is why he says Chitram Chitram. It is a wonder. He is repeating twice. It's a wonder, wonder. Nija Mridutaya Barsayan Pallavali. By this Chintamani, this Devi, by her being mridu, by her being very soft, by own softness, Barsayan Pallavali. Pallava is the sprout, the rows of sprouts, shoots, the rows of Pallava Ali, rows of shoots, Barsayan, threatening, decrying, threatening the rows of shoots, rows of sprouts by her own softness. But stone cannot be soft, isn't it? Chintamani cannot be soft. Chintamani will be hard. But this Chintamani is very soft. It is even softer than Pallava, softer than the shoot. Pumsam Kaman Bhuvika Niyatam Purayan Punyabhajam. Punyabhajam Pumsam. Those people, Pumsam, those people who are Punyabhaja, have Punya to their credit, have Punya. Those who are having Punya, for those people, Kaman Niyatam Purayan Bhuvi. Bhuvi, on this earth. Niyatam, always. Kaman Purayantam, fulfilling all their desires. Fulfilling all their desires, always, of those who have Punya to their credit. Now, Chintamani is not available on earth. That's why he says Bhuvi. It is available only in Devaloka. But this Chintamani is available on earth. And this Chintamani is available for fulfilling your desire always. That Chintamani, you will fulfill your desires only when you go and pray, go near that Chintamani. You cannot sit in your home and pray to Chintamani. It will not do your prayer. That is what? That is the difference. That is the contrast. Jata Shailat Natu Jalanidhehe Svaira Sanchara Shilaha. Next difference. Jataha Shailat. This Chintamani is born out of a mountain. That is Himavan. Natu Jalanidhehe. It is not born out of an ocean. It is not born out of an ocean. That Chintamani was born out of milk ocean during the churning of during the Samudra Manthana process. But whereas this Chintamani is born of Himavan mountain, Svaira Sanchara Shilaha. This Chintamani is capable of moving about on its own. Whereas that Chintamani is kept in a particular place, you have to go there. So this Chintamani is capable of moving about on its own. That is the beauty of, that is the ornament of Kanchi. Let that Chintamani bring me auspiciousness. It is a great wonder that this Chintamani is reviling the rows of shoots by its own sweetness, and this Chintamani fulfills the desire of those who have punya to their credit, always on earth. And this is not born out of ocean, this is born out of mountain, and it is capable of moving about on its own wherever it wants, and it is an ornament of Kanchipuram.
ताम्राम्बोजं जलदनिकटे तत्र बन्धूकपुष्पं तस्मिन्मल्लीकुसुमसुषमा तत्र वीणानिनादं व्यावृण्वाना सुकृतलहरी कापि काञ्चीनगर्याम् ऐशानी सा कलयति तराम् ऐन्द्रजालं विलासम्.
An exercise in the highest level of imagination. Tamrambhojam jalada nikate tatra bandhuka pushpam. Now he is describing the form of Devi by describing various flowers without describing the parts of her form. So you have to imagine the part of the form. That is the beauty. Tamra ambhojam, that is red colored lotus, red tamra colored lotus, copper colored lotus. Jalada nikate, in the area close to cloud. Red colored lotus near the cloud. What does it mean? Red colored lotus is the face. The dark cloud is the hair. The face, which is red colored, near the hair. Tatra bandhuka pushpam. There, in that flower, in that lotus, red colored lotus flower, there is a hibiscus flower. Tatra bandhuka pushpam. That hibiscus flower is the red colored lips. It is more red colored than the face, so it is bandhuka pushpam. Tasmin malli kusuma sushama tatra veena ninadam. One by one, inside he is going. Tasmin, inside that bandhuka pushpam, inside that red lips, you find the radiance of jasmine flower, malli kusuma, jasmine flower, sushama radiance. What is the radiance of jasmine flower? That is the teeth. The teeth are compared to the radiance of jasmine flower. Then further, tatra veena ninadam, there inside the mouth, you are able to listen to the music of veena. Her voice is like the music of veena. Look at the beauty. We started with cloud, dark cloud, that is the hair. Near the cloud, we saw there is a red colored face, which is bandhuka pushpa. Now, in that pushpa, you have malli kusuma, that is the jasmine flower, which is the teeth. Inside the red lips, bandhuka pushpa was the red lips, then the teeth, then the sound of veena, which is the voice of Devi. Vyavranvana sukrta lahari kapi kanchi nagaryam aishani. Aishani sukrta lahari. Aishani for Shiva, Ishana is Shiva, of Shiva. Sukrta lahari, the wave of his punya, the wave of his good fortune, all his good luck is coming in the form of a wave, vyavranvana, expressing, giving expression to the wave of Sukrita, wave of Punya of Shiva, Kapi, some indescribable Devi, Kanchi Nagaryam, in the area, in the city of Kanchi, Kalayati Taram, Aindrajalam Vilasam, Kalayati, she is making Taram, Taram means high level, much. High level of Aindrajala. She is making Aindrajala like a rainbow, Vilasa, magic. Like a rainbow magic of a high level, she is creating. Because whatever we described so far, looking like a high level of rainbow shine only. So, in the city of Kanchi, there is the shine of Indrajala, the rainbow of a high level, which is shining, which has the red colored lotus near the cloud, which is the face, red colored face near the dark hair. There, bandhuka pushpa, there the hibiscus flower, which are the red lips. There, the radiance of jasmine flower, which is the teeth. And inside that, you have the sound of veena, which is the voice from her mouth. And she is the wave of punya of Parameshwara. She is showing that, expressing that, and she is in Kanchi city, and she is showing the beauty of a special rainbow of a very high level.
आहारांसं त्रिदशसदसाम् आश्रये चातकानाम् आकाशोपर् अपि च कलयन् आलयं तुङ्गमेषां कम्पातीरे विहरति तरां कामधेनुकवीनां मन्दस्मेरो मदननिगम प्रक्रिया सम्प्रदायः
Aharamsham tridasha sadasam ashraye tatakanam. Now this shloka, this phrase, as well as the next phrase, has been interpreted with different meanings by different scholars. Now let us take the best one, the highest meaning. Tridasha sadasam is the assembly of devas. Tridasha devas, sadas is assembly. For the assembly of devas, ahara amsham, that pot of food which they keep taking. What is the pot of food which devas peculiarly take, which others cannot take? That is amrita, because amrita is available only to devas. So ahara amsham refers to amrita. Tridasha sadasam ahara amsham refers to amrita. Ashraye chatakanam. Chataka birds, ashraye, they are dependent upon. The object of dependence of chataka birds. What is the object of dependence of chataka birds? What is the object of resting place for chataka birds? That is clouds, because they are looking for the rain, because they drink only direct rain water from the clouds. They don't take any other food. So chatakas are always looking for rain-laden clouds. So Ashraye Chatakanam refers to rain-laden clouds. Now what is he trying to say? Now Amrita in the clouds, that means what? That means food of devas, which is Amrita, is available from Chandramandala. As we have seen before, it is Chandramandala which gives food for devas, which is Amrita. So this place is Chandramandala. Now this Chandramandala is where is it? In the area of the clouds. So in other words, what he is trying to say is, Devi is compassionately giving Amritam to devas through Chandra, which is in the area of the cloud high up in the sky. That is what he says. Akashoparyapita kalayan alayam tungamesham. Again, this also has been given different meanings. Akasha uparyapicha. Upari means above. Akasha uparyapicha, even above the akasha, even above the sky. Kalayan alayam tungamesham. Now, this sky is not the sky which we see outside. This refers to the space in the head. As you know, in the Sahasrara Chakra, there is a big space which is called Dwadashamsham. Now, that space is what is being referred to here. That is where Chandra Mandala is there. We referred to one Chandra Mandala in the first line. We are now referring to the second Chandra Mandala. The second Chandra Mandala is there in the Sahasrara Chakra, pouring nectar, pouring Amritam. Now, when Kundalini Shakti goes there and gets wetted with that Amrita we saw in the earlier shlokas, then that is what is being referred to here. Now that he says, Akasha Uparyapicha Kalayan, there even Devi has made an arrangement for Amrita, even in that space. Not only Amrita, Alayam Tungam Yesham, for these devas, Tungam Alayam, a very high level resting place. Alayam means resting place. Devalayam means devas, abode of devas. Similarly, this is the abode of Devas again. Now, Tungam, the high level, because it is the highest, there is nothing higher than that. So, Tungam Alayam Yesham, which is the Tungam Alayam Yesham? The Sahasrara Chakra, where there is Soma Mandala oozing Amrita. Kampatire Viharati Taram Kamadhenu Kavinam. Kampatire, on the banks of Kampa river, Viharati Taram. Taram means with pleasure, happily. Happily she is moving around. Kavinam Kamadhenuhu. She is like Kamadhenu, wish granting cow, the celestial cow, for poets. Mandas Meraha, always having a gentle smile. Madana Nigama Prakriya Sampradayaha. Madana Nigama is Kama Shastra. The Veda of Manmatha, Madana Nigama. Madana is Manmatha, Nigama is Veda, that is Kama Shastra. Prakriya, for the procedure of Kama Shastra. Sampradaya, tradition. The traditional procedure of Kama Shastra, she is the very embodiment. Devi is the very embodiment. See, one thing which we must remember always, why this Kama Shastra is coming again and again, why Shiva is getting enamored again and again because of Devi. Why they are all above all this? Why the poet is referring to it again and again? We must know that our very existence, the existence of all the worlds, all the universes, all the living beings, all the non-living beings, everything depends upon the love of Shiva and Parvati. Without their love, without their being together, none of these things will be happy. That is what Shastras say. In Skanda Puranam, there is a big description of this state when they were separated. When Dakshayani lost herself in that Agni, then there was separation. And during that separation, what happened to all the universes? Lot of description is there in Skanda Puranam. There it says that there was no happiness anywhere. People were not begetting children, obviously. And nothing was happening as stipulated in Shastras. Everything was happening just like that, in a very indifferent manner. It has been given wide coverage in Skanda Puranam. That is why, if we are to be happy, if we are to do our work normally with our normal frame of mind, Shiva and Parvati have to be together enjoying each other's company. That is the essence which is being taught to us through various shlokas. So Devi is providing Aharamsham Sadasam for Devas, the part of the food which is Amrita, where she is providing in the high up in the area of the clouds. Clouds are the resting place for Chataka birds, that is in the Chandramandala. And then there is another Chandramandala which is even higher than that Akasha space, that is the space in Dwadashanta, above the head. And that space is the place of Sahasrara Chakra, where Soma Mandala is there, oozing Amrita, pouring Amrita. And that is the place which she is granting to Devas as their alaya, as their abode, as their resting place, high resting place. And she is enjoying happily the sporting on the banks of Kampatira, on the banks of Kampa river. And she is very Kamadhenu for poets. She is always having gentle smile. And she is the very embodiment of the tradition of the procedure of Kama Shastra.